What's up, guys? This is Jamel Jones, aka the Real Estate Alpha Wolf, and this is REI Reply Success. And this is part 2 of the REI Reply complete walkthrough. So in the last video, I finished everything that was on the main page over here. And so in this video, I'm going to tackle everything that's under settings. Now, just at the very top, you have tasks. We've already gone over tasks. So we're going to do business info. This is where all of your business info is. For example, if you have a campaign going out that states like, it will look something like this. Well, you probably won't be able to see that. It will be like bracket, location dot name, bracket. And what that would do is it will populate whatever you have under company name. And location dot email will populate everything that you have on the email, same for phone, the same for website. You choose your niche right here. This is all of your private information. That's why it's blocked off on, I got a call coming up here in a minute. 30 minutes. All right. This is all your private information. These things right here allow duplicate contact. I will not check this if I was you. I would not check this if I was you. I would do these individually inside of workflows. You definitely want to merge your Facebook contacts by name. Don't allow duplicate contacts. Don't allow duplicate opportunities. Do those by workflows. Do not disable contact time zone, because if you book an appointment with someone, the system will by default see what time zone they're in and what time zone you're in, and do the difference, right? So if you disable that, then it won't do that. Mark emails invalid due to hard bounce. What that means is if you try to send out an email and the system recognizes the email as being a bad email, it will mark it as invalid, and it will prevent your system from trying to send emails to it in the future, because you do get charged for emails inside of REI Reply. So I will turn that on, just in case, like if you're doing email marketing and stuff, and then you know what you have, right? Validate phone numbers when the first email is sent. I would do that as well. I think it costs like a half a penny or something to validate the phone numbers. Enable campaigns, enable triggers. Most of you guys are probably still using campaigns and triggers. I don't think REI Reply provides very much support when it comes to building out workflows. So I would assume that the majority of you guys watching this video are still using campaigns and triggers. And if you are still using campaigns and triggers, you want to enable this missed call text back. I don't have mine enabled for the simple fact that I'm using workflows to handle all of that for me. But yeah, and so if you do enable it, you will be able to actually put the message in that you want it to say. All right, this is your voicemail. Now, this is a really tricky thing that a lot of people get caught up in. If you want this voicemail to go when people call into you instead of your forwarding number voicemail, there is a way that you have to set that up, and I'll do that in another video. So make sure you guys subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I create that video and put it out there. And also, if you guys need help setting up anything in your system, I'm here, right? I've got my calendar in the description. Just reach out to me, and we can get your system set up the way you want. Because campaigns and triggers is it's extremely outdated. There's only so much you can do with campaigns and triggers. But if you move over to workflows, like there's like a whole new world over there. Anyway, that's business info. Your staff, this is everyone that you have inside of your system. You can come over here and you can actually put teams together. Me personally, I do based on region. So if I don't really do virtual assistants just because I don't need to, because of how my system is built out. It basically manages itself. But the few VAs that I do have, and you're not going to see them in this system. I use a different system. The VAs that I do have, I use a different system. It's similar to this, but it's not REI Reply. It's my own thing that I created myself. But let's say I'm doing Chicago, I would have a team for Chicago, and I'm doing Miami, I'd have a team for Miami and San Antonio, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, that's that. And you could go in, you could change their permissions and stuff based on these blue tabs over here, and you could add an employee right here. I won't go much into that though. Pipelines, we went over this a little bit in the last video. You could just go in and edit the pipelines. I think I covered that completely in the last video. Profile, this is your personal information for your personal account inside of the system, right? You can change out your signature down here for emails, your available schedule. You can connect it to your Outlook account, connect it to your Zoom account, update your passwords, and all of that good stuff. Calendar, I think I went over calendar on the last video, but I'm not sure, so we'll go over it again, just briefly. Inside of the calendars, you can build out any calendars that you want to build out. These are by default, this will be here, but these won't be here. There'll be like one or two, I think. When you first sign up with reireply, they'll load up like a generic one. You need to go in there and tweak what it's for and the times that you're open and things like that. Add group means that you can add a group of calendars. For example, let's do test one, reireply. That is not a one though, so let's do test one, reireply. Test for our video. And you can say exactly what this is for. Like, for example, this will be test one, right? And it'll tell you whether or not there's someone else in the system that has taken it already, right? So, and then you would save that, and it would create it right there. And then you would create whatever calendars you want to go inside of that group. And you can set it to go to all of your different users, right? And so that you can connect your, where is it? It's not on this page, but you can connect it to your whatever email that you have, whatever email or calendar that you have connected to reireply, you can connect that calendar to it as well. But yeah, that's enough of that. Phone numbers. This is where you would go in and purchase phone numbers. I have a couple still in the system, but I don't really use it. But yeah, you just click add phone number and then buy a phone number, put in your area code, say 773. It will come up all the available phone numbers for area code 773. Number pool, I don't deal with that much, so I don't know very much about it. I'll do some research and then create another video for that. Reputation management, I think I went over this a little bit. This is how you send review requests if you have a GMB account, or some of you guys might know it as a Google Business Profile, a GBP account. But yeah, this is, you just select that, select the customer inside of your system and send a review, and it'll just send them out a link asking them to leave a review. When they click that link, here's a little preview thing of how it will look when you send it out. When they click that link, it'll take them directly to your Google business profile, and then they'll do all of that. Custom fields, this is where the magic happens, in my opinion, because you can literally create anything that you want to happen inside of custom fields. You can create any of these. Let me turn this off. You can create things like, I use another software called REI Sift. Well, I don't really use it anymore. I found an alternative for it, but it's still good to have. Prospect status, phone status, what's your main goal? None of these are defaults from reireply, but me personally, I built in qualifying questions inside of here. say for example, let's just say vacancy, right? You want to say is the property vacant. And then you just put yes or no. Excuse me. And then where did that go? Is the property vacant? All right, so let me show you how that would go. You go over to contacts, and let's just do this contact because there's not any information inside of it, so YouTube won't trip. You go over to additional info, and right here, this is the screen you'll see while you're on the phone with a person, whether you're cold calling or doing whatever. Is the property vacant? Like, you'll be asking these people questions as you're talking to them, right? So is the property vacant? Yes. Asking price, 125,000. Why are you selling? Needs repairs. When do you want to sell? You know, just a bunch of different questions, right? And these are questions that are needed to determine whether or not you have a deal. So these are very important. And if you guys need help setting this up, I have a lot of them. I structure mine to where there are, let me cancel that. I structure mine to where the questions will determine whether or not it is a good wholesale deal, a good takeover deal, like a subject to, a good owner finance deal, a good lease option. Just, you know, I have a bunch of questions in there. So that way, if I have a VA, for example, the VA will answer all those questions. And then when she submits the lead, or he submits the lead, I get it. I could come in here and look through all of this and be like, okay, they want this, they want that. They're willing to take payments over time. Okay, well, boom, I'm going to send them out on the finance letter of intent, right? Or if they like, oh, I need money within 30 days, like, okay, that's a cash deal. All right, I can give you money in 30 days, but this is my offer. I'm not going to pay you your asking price that's close to after repair value, and cash you out in 30 days. A lot of I don't want to turn this into like a course or anything, but a lot of sellers, they want their cake and eat it too, so to speak. They want you to pay cash, pay full amount for the property, and close within 30 days. Like, that's not how it goes. I might as well give you my firstborn child too, right? Like, no, I'm not doing that. Anyway, a lot of these people are unrealistic when it comes to their properties, and those are the people who you just throw into they're not motivated. They're not motivated, first of all. So you just throw them into a follow-up campaign, and you reach back out to them at a later time, and you just try to catch them when that motivation sets in, when reality sets in, because these people live in the fantasy world. You catch them when that reality sets in, and they're like, oh shit, I've got to sell this house. They might even call you back, right? Anyway, let's move on. Go back over the settings. Sorry about that, dog was barking. So let's go back to, where were we? Custom values. Custom values, it's a little bit the same as custom fields, but custom value. Okay, so custom fields is mainly for the contacts inside the system. So for example, contact.name, that will populate whatever contact you're reaching out to populate their names. Custom values is mostly for the overall defaults of your system, right? So reireply loaded these up because these are default in the system that they get it from. Real estate, but it's for a realtor, really. So anyway, let's say you are a realtor and you have a list of homes that you want to advertise to a buyer. You'd go into this one right here, particularly, and then you just paste that link right here. And so for future references, you can just copy and paste this into, let's say you have an email sequence that goes out, right? So you can copy and paste this into all of your email sequences. And this is the purpose behind this. So stick with me. You copy and paste this into all of your email sequences. And so let's say your list changes. The link to the list changes. Instead of having to go through all of those emails to change out the link, you just come in here and edit this and put your new link in. And it will auto-populate for all of your other things, right? And so the same thing for, let's say you have a signature where you put this in, your Twilio number. Okay, boom. If you change your Twilio number, you just come in and change it right here instead of going into each and every email and changing it out, right? Hope that makes sense. If you need help with that too, just reach out to me. Okay, so let's go down here to domains. I won't remove this for my domains, but this is where you add all of your domains. You hit add, you follow these rules. I personally use cheap domains, Namecheap and Cloudflare. I use Namecheap to purchase my domains, and I use Cloudflare to set up all of my DNS records and my routing and all of that type of stuff. So, but you can use whatever you want. It all works the same. It all works the same. Just follow these directions. Media, this is where you would upload your videos, your GIFs, if you're using GIFs or GIFs, however you say that. Your images that you want to use for your websites, or just whatever, your marketing, whatever. URL redirects. I think I mentioned this a little bit in the last video, but let's say you have a really, really long URL, right? And you don't want to put that in your emails or your text messages because it's going to cost more money because you're charged per segment, right? So you'd come in here, you'd create a new redirect, you put your target URL right here, which is the super long one. You select your domain, and then you do / shorter URL. And then it will populate that. And you can also send it to a funnel or a website. And then you get that URL right here. So you populate that. You would, you would highlight that, and then you just paste that wherever you want it, right? Integrations. This is where you will clearly connect your Facebook and all those other type of things. Email services. This is where you will connect whatever email you're using. REI used to provide mail gun services for people, but I don't think they do that anymore. Yeah, I don't think they do that anymore. I don't know what they're charging or what they're doing for their email services now, but if it's a bit expensive for you, I have a standalone email service that I can provide for you guys for a little bit of nothing. It's actually a free service. You just pay for your emails going out. So reach out to me if you're interested in that. Also, that reminds me, I also have a standalone skip tracing service as well. If you are a member of my system, if you're a premium member, you can skip trace for 5.5 cents per record and only pay for records that provide matches. If you're a value member, which is our medium plan, it's 7.5 cents. And if you are a budget member, which is our lowest plan, it's 9.5 cents per record, which is still lower than any other service that you have. And I also have a just straight skip tracing plan. So you won't have access to any of the features of the software, but you will have access to skip tracing. And I charge $20 a month for that. And that's 11.5 cents per skip. All right, anyway, enough plugging myself, excuse me. Tags. This is where you add and delete tags. I think that you can also restore tags, which is kind of pointless in my opinion. Just make a new one if you delete it. Labs. This is fairly new. It's the underlying system that both REI and my system 𝐻REM uses. It's called the high-level engine. They release updates, and all of that will be located in here. Audit logs. This is everything that's changed in your system in whatever specified amount of time that you're looking for, so that way you can go in, especially if you've got employees. You really want to come in here and you really want to pay attention to this, because you want to see what everyone's doing, and they've got it all laid out for you in a neat little location right here. Right. So other than that, guys, I don't think there's much else I can show you about the reireply system. They've got these little helpful tools up here. This is PropStream. We log into PropStream from here. This is their affiliate link to PropStream. Log in there for here. This is their affiliate link to one of the mailing services. They do give you a free 𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧, like your 𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧 is right here. I'll make another video on connecting 𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧, but it's pretty useful when it comes to routing inbound calls and being able to answer inbound calls for your VAs, because a lot of our VAs are in like the Philippines and stuff like that, and so they can't really have their phone numbers integrated into our system for the calls to be routed, and so it's a whole thing. I'll make a video about it. Power dialer, they have a standalone power dialer now that they're using. I don't use it just because a single line dialer is more, it just makes more sense to me to use a single line dialer. And let me explain. Everyone's talking about 3-line dialers, 5-line dialers, 12-line dialers, and all this other shit. You cannot talk to 12 people at the same time. You are one person, you cannot talk to 12 people at the same time. And let's say you call 12 numbers at the same time and 10 of them answer. 9 of those people are going to get hung up on. And then you're going to talk to one. When you get off the phone with them, those other 9 people are going to be called back. I don't know about y'all, but if a number calls me and hangs up as soon as I answer, I'm not answering it again. That's my logic behind it. Everybody's different, but me, I get robocalls on my phone all the time, and most of the time I don't even answer them from the get-go. But if I do answer it and they hang up on me immediately, or if I hear some clicks or some shit like that, I'm not picking it back up, right? I'm not answering it again. So anyway, but this is it's a 3-line dialer. So if you've got call routing though, for example, if you've got someone dialing and it's making 3 calls and 2 people pick up, and it transfers one of those calls to another one of your employees, then it makes all the sense in the world. But if you have one person can talk to one person at a time. That's anyway. Skip Trace Butler. I've never used this, but I've heard it sucks. Not sure. Yeah, I've never used it, but if you guys have used this, leave a comment in the comments below and let me know how good it is or not. Like I said, I have my own skip trace service that I use, and it's been working out pretty well for me. Anyway, again, I'm Jamel Jones, aka the Real Estate Alpha Wolf. This is REI Success, where I create videos to show you guys exactly how to use REI to its fullest potential. If you guys need anything, just reach out to me. My calendar link is in the description, and you can always leave a comment. And I'll see you guys in the next video.